the final chance to get a win in the regular season.
Carter Froman is Froman.
Next week in the playoffs. The record books go out the window. But until then, teams are going to show no quit.
We're Battle Cheerleaders, and you're watching ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday. Woo! Let's go, BA!
ABC 17 SportsZone Football Friday, sponsored by Harper, Evans, Hillbrenner, and Nettemeyer, starts now.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Week 9, the regular season finale of SportsZone Football Friday. I'm ABC 17's Kyle Helms. You might notice I'm flying solo tonight, holding down the fort for ABC 17 Sports Director Natalie Jones, who has a well-deserved night off. Battle finally had the breakthrough it has been hunting for. After starting the 2024 season 0-7, Matthew Herman's group earned its first win of the year last week behind a stellar fourth quarter performance. Now, the Spartans outscored Jeff City 20-0 in the final 12 minutes in that game to snag their first W, and now Battle is ready to carry that momentum over to its final game before districts. After all, this is the time you want your team to be playing their best football. But Battle's got to post a statement win on senior night to put back-to-back W's together. The flawless 8-0 Trojan Buchanan Trojans are paying a visit to Como, a group that's averaging about 43 points per game. Troy's run game has fueled that success too. Opening drive of the game, the Trojans marched more than 80 yards down the field, finding the crib on a short touchdown run from Carter Dowell. It's 7-0 visitors, and the Troy rushing attack kept gashing the Battle defense. It's Dowell breaking free again for another big gain for a first down. The Trojans just kept feeding him the football. They run the counter extremely well, as you can tell, as Dowell finds some daylight to rush into the end zone for the score. Troy quickly up by 2 touchdowns in the opening quarter, but Battle's going to get the chains moving. Kendall Wilkerson fires a pass to the outside for Jace Cooper. He picks up a nice block and finds some space for a big third down conversion, but just when Battle got some momentum, Troy whipped it away. Wilkerson trying to escape the pressure, but Brody Berryman drags him down for the sack, and the Spartans were forced to punt. Next Trojans possession, Troy ditched the running game a bit and started airing it out. Hunter Humphrey connects with Brady Illinger in stride for a huge gain. The Trojan offense is cooking again, and the visitors cashed in on the drive. Humphrey finds Tyrell Grigsby, and he makes multiple guys miss and takes it all the way to the barn. Troy scored 21 unanswered points in the first half, but Battle had a chance to cut into that deficit late in the half. Wilkerson hits Carnell Price for a huge first down on 4th and 8. And the Spartans are now in the red zone with under a minute left until the break, but Troy spoiled that Spartan drive too. Wilkerson's pass is picked off in the end zone by Carson Twellman to stall that Battle possession. Troy led by 21 at the break as Battle falls in their regular season finale, 49-28. Now Hickman hoping to turn the tide in Week 9, seeking to snap its 2-game losing streak with Chaminade College Prep in town. The Cupies got their offense cooking quickly. Braden Bursey wastes no time taking a deep shot to Elijah Tatum, hitting him in stride for a huge pickup down the field. And Hickman is going to capitalize on it. Bursey decides to call his own number here and takes it all the way to the house. The Cupes take a quick 6-0 lead, but wait, Hickman wants more than just 6. The Cupes decide to go for 2 here, and the decision pays off. Kason Conyers takes a direct snap and sneaks into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Hickman leads 8-0. But Chaminade started to turn the tide later in the first half. Winston Wheeler drops back and finds Dakari Weave for the house call. A successful 2-pointer tied the game at 14 here. And after a Hickman 3-and-out, Chaminade is looking to take the lead, but the Cupies defense stepped up. Kurian Larkins with a beautiful pass breakup as Hickman picks up a win to close out the regular season 28-21. Elias has been brilliant over its last 3 games, outscoring its opponents by an average of about 42 points per game during that span, striving to keep that streak alive against Live for Life on senior night. A scoreless first quarter, but Live for Life gets things going first. Michael Gurdon with a 4-yard pass to Deshaun Houston for the touchdown. Live for Life up 6-0. And wasting no time here, Live for Life is going to add to that lead. Cameron Johnson gets it from 1 yard out for a Hawk tutty. It's 12-0 lead for the visitors. Elias defense built some momentum though. Hawks looking to throw, and Ben Lanigan is there with the pick six for the Crusaders. That's just what the doctor ordered, as Elias wasn't done there. Hawks looking for the deep throw again, and Cam Hillen jumps up and makes yet another pick for the Satyrs. Elias defense keeping them in this ball game. Not a lot of offense from the Satyrs, but we did have some history tonight. Brock Martin breaks the school record with a 54-yard field goal. What a kick there before half. Satyrs trailed 12-3 at the break, but Elias does come back to win 17-12. One last tough test for Capital City ahead of districts. The Cavs hosting the undefeated 8-0 Quincy Blue Devils out of Illinois. This was a wild one. The Blue Devils struck first. Jarius Rice Jr. fights his way into the end zone for a short touchdown run. It's 7-0 Quincy, but the Cavs quickly responded. Evan Schaefer connects with DeMarcus Liddon-Allen in stride for the score. We're all tied at 7. Fast forward to the second quarter here. The Cavs are looking to drive back down the field. Schaefer floats one over the top, but his pass is intercepted. Don't worry, though. The Cavalier defense is going to answer with a pick of their own. Isaiah Franklin jumps the route for the INT. Cap City still has some work to do here, trailing 14-10 now. But right before half, the Cavs found the end zone. Schaefer finds Marcus Drive for another beautiful touchdown connection. Cap City took the lead there, but the Blue Devils scored again with just a second left before the break, as Cap City drops its regular season finale 42-31. Scoreboard now, Rockbridge wins its 8th game in a row, 28-21 over Francis Howell. Camdenton absolutely routs Southeast 70-0. Smith Cotton shuts out Marshall 41-0. Orchard Farm with a tight win over Moberly 36-35. MICDS gets a win over Mexico 45-7. And Hannibal defeats Fort Zumwalt West 20-17. Now, the Tri-County Conference crown may already be locked up, but Southern Boone has its eyes set on putting more than a decade's worth of Blair Oaks heartbreak behind them. I'll have more on tonight's Battle of the Birds coming up next.
Your shift just started, it's already busy, and then it happens.
Hi.
I'm a single mom, so going and picking her up means not finishing my shift and not getting paid. Meanwhile, CEOs and rich executives, they never have to make that choice. But Proposition A will help families like mine, allowing workers to earn up to 7 paid sick days a year. So no matter what happens,
Sorry.
we'll be ready.
Let's go exploring in the Accord from Honda, KBB.com's 2024 Best Value brand. Its sophisticated silhouette was designed to turn heads at every turn. And the hybrid model's 204 total system horsepower will really get you moving. This is what excitement looks like in a Honda.
Palmer's Home Care is the place to be.
I love Palmer's a lot. It's my favorite place ever. It's a family thing.
This is the best place I ever been my whole life.
We love coming to Palmer's because they love all individuals.
I'm able to go and do what I want to do.
The people I like talking to, they're my friends.
I have a lot of friends that come to Palmer's.
Everybody loves it.
Palmer's is the place to be.
There are big differences in this race. Missouri law enforcement supports me because I'll give them the resources they need to ensure the safety of our families. Crystal Quaid appointed a defund the police communist to public safety committees. Quaid supports allowing transgender boys to compete in girls' sports. I'm 100% opposed. Quaid supports the Harris-Biden wide-open border. I've been to the border twice. I want to close it and stop the flow of deadly drugs. I'm Mike Kehoe, and I'm running for governor.
Raise a glass to the next chapter of your life at the Terrace Retirement Community, where every moment is a celebration. Experience the warmth of our vibrant community, where friendships blossom, laughter echoes, and every day brings new connections. Indulge in our fabulous food. Our chefs at the Terrace are dedicated to creating culinary experiences that rival the best. Feel the peace of mind in our safe and secure environment. Cheers to a life well lived at the Terrace Retirement Community. Embrace the next chapter with us, where exceptional living meets cherished moments.
10 million illegals have crossed the border in just 3 years. And now we have gas and grocery prices nobody can afford. But my opponent, Lucas Kuntz, wants to double down on every policy that got us here. Look, if you think we can bring jobs back to America, If you think we can close our border and protect Social Security and Medicare, I ask you to join me. Working for change. Let's save this country. I know we can. I'm Josh Hawley, and I approve this message.
Buddy the Beaver and Bevere RV Center knows just what you need when it's time to service or upgrade your RV. Our experienced team of technicians can handle service and maintenance on all travel trailers and fifth wheels, including winterizing your RV, furnace surface, roof and floor repairs, 24-point fall inspections, and all the larger jobs owners put off during peak season. Buddy and our friendly expert staff will have you ready for the road in no time. Bevere RV Center, small town dealer, big time savings.
Welcome back. The end of the regular season means every team has one final tune-up before the playoffs begin, including the Blair Oaks Falcons, who seem poised to make another deep run in the postseason this year. Ted LePage's crew, who currently holds the top seed in their district and has already clinched a third consecutive Tri-County Conference crown, has won 6 games in a row and has just one last team standing in their way of a perfect conference season. That would be the Southern Boone Eagles, who are aiming to get back in the win column and win their first game against Blair Oaks in more than a decade. But the Falcons were laser focused on closing out the regular season with one last W. Tyler backs Hicks Jackson Engelbrecht, and he's breaking tackles all the way into the end zone for a 65-yard score. Blair Oaks on top, 7-0. Very next Falcons possession, Tyler Backs kept attacking Southern Boone through the air. He finds Brady Dapkus for a short touchdown catch that put Blair Oaks up by 14 points. But the Eagle defense tried to ignite some life back into their sideline. Aiden Young with a nice spin move and gets to Backs for the sack. Nicely done there, but Backs was firing touchdown passes all over the field tonight. He finds his man Jackson Engelbrecht again for another long touchdown, this one from 37 yards out. Blair Oaks led 21-0 at that point and went on to shut out Southern Boone 42-0. From a battle of the birds to a battle of the big cats, the Centralia Panthers seeking to hand the undefeated Kirksville Tigers their first loss of the year. But Kirksville delivered the first touchdown of the night. Jace Kent takes the handoff and cuts to the outside, and he has plenty of green grass ahead of him. That's a touchdown for the Tigers. On the very next play, the Panthers have possession, but oh no, Ethan Ross takes a big hit and fumbles the football, and Carter Pinkerton scoops it up for the scoop and score. Kirksville runs it all the way back for the Tiger touchdown, but the Panthers started to build some momentum here. Seconds before half, Elliott McCoy is going to make a huge stop for the Panthers to stall this Kirksville drive. You could feel the energy after that play right there. By the end of the second quarter, the Panthers are playing as sharp as ever, but Centralia could not overcome Kirksville, falling 41-12. To the scoreboard, Booneville cruises past Eldon 46-21. California takes down Hallsville 42-36. St. Francis Borgia wins over Osage 24-0. Fulton is in the dub club, defeating Duchesne 22-6. Monroe City wins big against Macon 44-9. Harrisburg stomps Lynn 51-0. Fayette defeats Russellville 34-28. South Callaway falls to Tipton 46-12. North Callaway wins a high-scoring thriller 46-42 over Wright City. Reststrand defeats Salisbury 26-14. Montgomery County takes down Louisiana 32-14, and Union loses to Herman 21-13. Father Tolton is gearing up to defend its district crown. The Blazers got one last game to prepare before their quest to win back-to-back district championships begins. And Michael Agnew's group looks ready to make that goal a reality. The winners of 6 of their last 7 games, Tolton is putting up nearly 42 points per game on the scoreboard and holding its opponents to less than 20 points a game. Blazers seeking to bolster their spot in the Class 2 District 3 bracket with a non-district matchup against a solid 5-3 St. Michael, the Archangel team. But St. Michael had their eyes set on spoiling senior night. Gage Burgess is making moves all the way to the end zone. That made it a 7-0 lead for the visitors. Tolton trailing 7-0 now, but this connection made it a brand new ball game. Dominic Abadi fires a deep pass to Sam Ryan, and he's making guys miss left and right, all the way to the crib for a huge touchdown. We're all tied 7-7, but Tolton started to drive again here. It's Dominic Abadi finding Landon May for a first down in the second quarter that got the offense moving again. Tolton went on to win this one 29-28 with a touchdown and 2-point conversion in the final minute. What a win for the Blazers. Final check of the scoreboard, Brookville shuts out Marceline 42-0. Van Far defeats Scotland County 28-10. Paris wins big over Schuyler County 56-24. North County defeats Sullivan 35-8. Pacific with a big win over St. James 56-20, and Diamond wins over Skyline 30-12.